Hey folks, you're watching some selected games from IEM 7 in Katowice, Poland. That was completely mispronounced. But anyway, we are in Game 2 of this CVP, and on top right of Entomb Valley we have the Blue Zerg playing for Team Acer. He is Nerchio.
His opponent, the Red Protoss player, currently up 1-0 in this best of 5. This is ESC Daisy, the ESC Icy Box Esports Club out of Germany.
And Daisy took a pretty commanding kill in that first game. He softened up Nerchio with a great, incredibly microed Warp Prism push, moving up from the low ground into the high ground and just keeping that Warp Prism moving and warping in huge amounts of units while building more gateways at home to continue the pressure. And then when he did his +2-1 push of Immortals and Sentries with some backup gateway units, he just completely crushed Nerchio with excellent force fields.
Yeah, he got 5 or 6 rounds of warp-ins off of that one Warp Prism, and oh, look at him sneaking this little drone away. Where's he going with it?
That's a good question.
I thought he was going to just try to hide it from that probe and make his natural, or make his hatchery, but it's going across the map.
Spawning pool first for Nerchio. He does a little bit safe. He knows he's going to get pylon blocked by the probe that is there, and so he needs all the Zerglings he can to take out that pylon.
Maybe he's going to go make a base in his base. We haven't seen a base in a while. We see this drone stopping just outside. What's he doing? What is this crazy drone doing? This crazy drone. He's going to Nexus block.
Nexus block.
Look at him go. Big middle finger to this Protoss. Well, getting some creep down there.
Nice Evo chamber block. Bit more expensive than the Protoss, but it is just as effective of a block. He just pylon blocks without waiting for a drone to come down. Oh, that is awesome.
Just a big middle finger to the fast expanding Protoss player.
TT and then a less than 3. Love Poland.
Daisy loves his little trip to this IEM event here.
That's probably Nerchio playing for the fans. Oh, that was kind of awesome. There's
the photon cannon, and well, it doesn't do much good to cancel it.
Yeah, it's only a loss of what, 150 minerals total, 75 on the hatchery, and then another 75 for the Evo.
And the drone, but you can use the drone in most cases anyway.
That's right. Daisy's pylon is not completely killed yet either, so.
But look at how much it's delayed this Nexus.
Yeah, at least 2 minutes, and his hatchery comes down before the Nexus finishes. So I think that 150, 200 minerals, if you count the drone or not, is well worth it because Daisy.
Yeah, look at him making those broodlings attack the cannon. It's going to get the shields halfway down. Good job, broodlings.
That is kind of awesome in a lot of ways, watching that exchange.
Yeah, and it's played the Nexus all the way until after the command center, or the command center, Cybernetics Core, CC. Yes. Oh my. I've done this game before, I promise. Yeah, the third base is coming down for Nerchio.
Still no gas.
Before the Nexus is even halfway done for Daisy. So this is going to help him out here. That little Evo chamber block has set his economy days ahead to what it normally is. And he's only going to have 1 base economy worth of units, and well, not even upgrades yet. He hasn't started +1 just yet. But a couple of Zerglings going to work on this Cybernetics Core. It's got the shields dead and 8 damage.
Yep, the probe was trying to bait them into the path of that photon cannon, but it was not so successful. The Chrono Boost happened on the gateway to get that first Zealot out instead of on the Warp Gate. So it looks like Daisy's not looking to put in any early pressure. Nerchio taking the slight supply lead and the slight harvester lead. Oh no, he's still behind in harvesters. But the third base will be able to knock that out.
And he might do a little bit of pressure on the third with the Zealot and the Stalker here. Oh, never mind. The Zealot's having a fight for its life with Zerglings in the middle of the map.
Yep, Zergling had to get out of there because even one hit from the blade would have killed it. The probe in the top left here it's in view of Nerchio's Overlord, but the Overlord was not in view of the probe. So very interesting. This third base is going to be scouted by the Zealot that's moving in, but not before it kills a drone. He knows that it's there. He doesn't even need to scout it because he saw the drones moving towards that third base.
He has actually seen it while it was morphing in.
Oh, well, then there's that. Third base of Daisy is about to come up. He's saving up the money right now to drop his own third, which will be probably scouted by Nerchio's Overlord, which is just off the cliff.
There's several slow Zerglings hunting this probe, and here it mineral walks through them all. And it's going to die a slow and painful death as Zerglings chase it and bite it one by one.
Reminiscent of the raptors in Jurassic Park.
I guess so. Yeah.
I would
it's not going to die.
It's a similar, same kind of adrenaline rush you would get running from raptors, and this Zealot will be finally killed. And if he's able to get us around on this Stalker will fall as well. But
she won't. Speed is nowhere near done for these Zerglings, and the Stalker's going to be able to run away.
The second Stalker knocks out the rest of those Zerglings and tells them to go home with a couple of sting on the butt.
He does manage to get a forward pylon down, so he's going to be able to warp in up here. And he has quickly taken his own third base. Daisy has, rather.
Yep, and he'll probably do a couple of warp-ins of Zealots to go and harass that third base while he pushes on the front in a couple of minutes, most likely.
Nerchio has scouted the third base with his Overlord right near there, so he knows. That's what his response is here. He's getting his infestation pit.
He did pretty well with them in the last game, but there weren't enough supporting units. He might have blundered when he used all of that resources to build 6 infestors that kind of died after their first infested.
This attack is here before the roaches are anywhere near hatching. He's got 7 of them on the way. There's 1 spine crawler at this third base, but that's not going to do very much against this pretty sizable protest army here, as well as the pylon there to reinforce with. He's just gonna leave the Zealots here to kill his hatchery and move the attack forward with the rest of his units.
Yep. Nerchio even canceled the cocoons that were at that base so he could start building them elsewhere with the money that they were taking up. Drone pull on this is going to be able to push this back, but not without sacrificing those drones. All those Zealots are dead, and the roaches are doing what they can to chase all of these.
There's a pretty good roach count here, but with some good target firing, Daisy should be able to clean this up. Instead, we see Nerchio's target firing being a little bit better, but this reinforcing around the Zealots, though, it's going to scare those roaches clean away.
Yep, the only reason this was able to do so well is because they are still on creep because of the creep push of Nerchio. And the micro of these roaches is pretty darn good, but the Zealots being there is messing with the AI of those roaches, and they're not being able to target the Stalkers like they really want to. Speedlings are in.
These Speedlings helping are going to finish cleaning this up. We've got these 2 pylons and possibly the probe. Yep, the probe's going to die too. He's going to clean this push up, but he has lost several drones and his third base in the process, which he's quickly remaking here to try to catch back up.
Daisy completely walling off his third with 2 cannons behind it, so he's going to take the huge economic lead whenever he feels like it. Continuing to scout for forward pylons, Nerchio's going to be able to knock out this one even and supply block Daisy before he gets his next pylon up, which isn't going to be so far behind.
Daisy is dropping his 5th and 6th assimilators here. Going to get his gas income. I won't be surprised to see him step up into Colossus type play from here.
Yep, we see the Twilight Council researching Blink. So he's going to be using that for a lot of micro, and he's continuing to... Ooh, is he going to be able to snipe this Forge with the +2 attack? Some great force field behind it. He did get the Forge, but he's going to lose all of these roaches most likely, being blocked by some warp-ins of the Zealots. 4 roaches are going to be able to get away if he micros them back now, but he decides to keep doing a couple of shooting. Only 5 roaches get out, and the 4th is being taken by Nerchio behind all of this.
He's making 2 more forges. That's a lot of forges.
He's got 2 forges coming out. He's going to have 3 total, and Nerchio's going to have 2 bases on the back of.
Look at this. He's researching hallucination. Yeah, you don't see this very often anymore.
Looks like he might not be actually going for that Colossus, but he wants to tell Nerchio, hey, I'm going for Colossus, without actually doing it. So he's saving all the money he would spend on Extended Thermal Lance and the Colossus themselves by getting that 100 gas, 100 mineral hallucination upgrade.
Nerchio's got an overseer in here seeing everything, so he knows exactly what tech he's up against. So he's not going to be surprised by, like, Void Race hallucinated or Colossus hallucinated.
So what do you think Daisy's goal is? He doesn't have any higher tech besides Gateway, and he doesn't actually have all that many gateways.
I think he's going to take a peek with the hallucinated Phoenix and see what exactly Nerchio is doing, and decide from there. He can go anywhere he wants. He has enough economy to support any kind of composition at this point. There's High Templars coming in right now, or rather Templar Archives, and you see the hallucinated Phoenix going out to scout.
Yep, and he's doing great with these triple upgrades. Nerchio has no upgrades yet, except for melee, and he hasn't even really used melee.
With 3 Forges, I would be surprised to see some Archons coming out here. These shield upgrades help Archons more than any other unit by far. There's a robotics facility, finally.
Ooh, he fungles that hallucination.
Yeah, no scouting for you. Using energy to kill energy, so I suppose that's a fair trade.
Yep, Greater Spire coming in, I think you mentioned that, and it looks like all of these Overlords are trying to hide in the bottom right. I don't exactly know what Nerchio's doing with them. Yeah, I guess he's just trying to hide him. Seeing that Phoenix may have scared him, but I think he was doing that long before the Phoenix was moving over there.
Might have something sneaky planned for these Overlords, but I kind of doubt it. Maybe just dropping creep on these side bases where extra extensions could come into play. I don't know exactly.
Looks like Nerchio is going to be able to deny the 4th base of Daisy right here. Gets it canceled right away, and he just pulls back. Big blink forward by Daisy. Tries to snipe off a
couple of Zerglings.
Yeah.
He's got 1 line of creep tumors pushing across the map.
Yeah,
so
that single width of creep.
Better than nothing. Trying to move across there.
Yep, it's the most
and
direct
he's got
path.
some spine crawlers set up in the central type area too. So any attack that comes across the map, right across, has to go through a few spine crawlers.
First Broodlords are coming out. He's got 4 Corruptors going to be able to morph themselves. Because there is no anti-air really, or no direct air on Daisy's side, he's going to see that there are no Colossus and just go ahead.
Forces a cancel on the 4th Nexus again, kills the probe. Currently has 2-0 for his melee, or for his 2 melee attacks and 0 armor, versus this massive advantage for the Protoss. He's working on 3-3-2 right now for his upgrade. So
Daisy comes in and he's going to be able to snipe this 4th base of Nerchio, and the 3rd base is completely unprotected right now. So I think Daisy, with the supply lead he has right now and the upgrade lead he has right now, is going to be able to blink forward and snipe off some of these these Broodlords that are here, even though there are Overlords there to take some of the AI damage. The Zealots are going to be able to keep the Broodlings busy while the big blink forward from these Stalkers starts knocking out all of the Broodlords. Broodlords going down 1 by 1. Only 2 left.
So much damage to Zerglings and Broodlings.
12 kills, 15 kills on those Archons, and all of the Broodlords are about dead. 4 of them just finished morphing, and they're doing a couple of shots, but they can't get out of the blinks forward, and all of the Broodlords are dead. Now, Nerchio reinforcing with 14 Roaches. They're just going to have to come in and attack.
Even a hallucinated Phoenix attacking these Overlords. Oh, hallucinated Phoenix.
Forward pylon, or excuse me, not forward pylon, the Warp Prism continuing the reinforcements. Nerchio does not have the economy of Daisy right now, and the supply is going once again in Daisy's favor, especially with the warp ends, and he's just pushing right into the natural Nerchio, where there is no more defense. There's only 2 hatches building up right now, and there is the GG from Nerchio. Daisy takes game 2 in this best of 5 series, up 2-0 in it, and we're going to have to jump into game 3 to see what happens next. So from Chaotic TV, I'm KO.
This is Eclipse.
And we'll see you next time. Cheers.